guys, I sure come at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. Welcome to the video, guys. I'm glad to have you here talking a little bit of Raid with yours truly. Today, it's how Harima changed my account. So we want to get our hands on Harima, man. Harima, there she is in all her glory. That's a Harima times 2! Harima, thanks to Harima, don't call me Harmina. Harima! This champion is an arena queen, an arena goddess. You name it, she's got it in the arena especially, but you can really use this champion almost everywhere in the game. Also, a big shout out, guys. I have created a new YouTube channel called Raid Shadow Legends Champion Guides, where our goal is to do a guide on every champion in the entire game. I don't know if we'll do it, but I'm gonna try, dang it. I really am, guys. And this is gonna be the one and only time that I post a video of the same champion on both channels. So I'm gonna have Harima here in the arena, and then I'm gonna use her in another area or two on that other channel for PvE. So be on the lookout for that. Normally, though, I'm never gonna cover the same champion anywhere in the same vicinity of one another on this channel and the other channel. The reason, for those of you who have been asking, that I'm not doing that channel or not just doing these champion guides on this channel is simple, is because it's gonna clutter this channel so much, right? Because I'm gonna have thousands or hundreds or whatever eventually of these really crappy uncommons and commons and stuff like that. So
really crappy uncommon.
If you don't like me, just say it.
I don't like you.
We're gonna have everything ordered there and organized, curated, if you will, in playlists based on defense, based on enemy max HP, based on affinity, based on rarity, so you guys can kind of sort through and see what options are out there. Anyway, guys, enough about that. What does Harima do? She is a Shadowkin champion. Oh man, she's Force Affinity, right? She looks cool. Who is this here? I always think that everything's an Easter egg for something, but it looks like that's just a head, just a head. I love the art on almost every champion. Every champion in this game, except for, where's my man? Man, some people kind of took offense to this. Sorry, but this guy, Yolfrig. I don't know, man. That's very basic, dude. That's very basic. I digress. Back to Harima. Why is she so freaking good, guys? Let's take a quick look at her reviews. They're like 4.8, 4.9, pretty much across the board. Let's look at her kit. On the A1, attacks one enemy, has a 50, make it 75% chance to place a decreased attack for 2 turns. Also has a 50% chance, if the attack is critical, of putting it on all enemies. So kind of like a mini man-eater going on that A1. Granted, a 50% chance on the rest of the enemies there, so not incredibly dependable, but it is an A1, so it's more dependable than you'd think. Purgative Punishment, the A2 ability on a 3-turn cooldown. Attacks one enemy 3 times. Each hit decreases the target's defense, by 5%. So each hit decreases target's defense by 5%. Well, quick math there. That's 15% every time she targets somebody, right? Just out the gate. Each hit also increases this champion's defense by 5. So again, every time she uses this ability, we're getting a 15% bonus increase of the defense on Harima. That's incredible. Instantly activates Celestial Awe if you kill an enemy. This instant activation here, guys, 3-turn cooldown, Celestial Awe, very hard hitting. Attacks all enemies. Excuse me, I'm choking up talking about Harima.
I'll choke you to death on your own blood.
Places a provoke debuff for 1 turn. This debuff cannot be blocked or resisted, meaning it will ignore or bypass block debuffs. If the champion is from the Demon Spawn faction, okay? She hates Demon Spawn champions. Demon Slayer, very apropos the name here. Enemy ignore defense effects are decreased by 50%. This is huge. This is massive. It's changed the arena, guys. I want to say out of the top 30 finishers last week in Platinum, this is just, I took a look at all the teams. I want to say that she was in 2/3 of the teams, give or take. That's insane. And a lot of it's because of this passive. Again, for defense especially, just ignoring defense effects decrease in half, cut in half, you know? Champions from the Demon Spawn faction cannot inflict critical hits on this champion. So like a Mortu Macabre, Peril, no, can't be critical against this champion. This champions cannot land weak hits on champions from the Demon Spawn faction. Incredibly strong passive here, increase ally resistance in arena battles by 80 as well. Let me go ahead and pull up the multipliers really quick, thanks to hellhades.com. He has her Harima ranked a 4. He has her a 5 out of 5 in arena defense and attack. And then Spider 4-star, but then he has 3, 3, 2, and 1 here. And then he has pretty meh reviews, I would say, in Doom Tower. The thing about her is, yeah, great for Magma Dragon, obviously Provoke, Eternal Dragon as well, but really, I think this is very, a bland statement to make here, but I think it all depends on the team and your needs and your account and all this stuff, right? So it's very tough. I think I might rank her a little bit higher overall personally, but, everybody has their own opinion, right? Anyway, a godlike rating, on her A1. So it's a 3.3 defensive multiplier, godlike rating. Love that. On the A2, it's a 1.6 multiplier, but it's times 3, okay? And then on the A3 Celestial Awe, it's a 3.9 multiplier, a godlike overall grading. And I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just her base defense, guys, being so high at 1531, but it doesn't feel like a 3.9. If you have Harima, you know what I'm talking about. It feels like a 5.9. I mean, it feels, it's a really hard-hitting ability. But, I guess 3.9 is probably what it is. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and use her. Actually, let me show you how I have it built out, and then we'll use her in the arena. And I'll talk about how she's really made my main offense and my main defensive team. She's just really skyrocketed. I got so lucky in the video that I butchered her name.
Harima!
I apologize. Will you please forgive me?
No. No.
Let me show you the masteries first before we get into the artifacts. So I went down the offensive tree. I really went with an arena nuker build here on this champion. I also went with the defense. I picked up extra defense. Came down here with retribution. Again, that's a 3.3 godlike rating on that A1. So any counterattacks, the more the merrier, right? And again, ruthless ambush, first hit on the opponents. Not as important in this meta in particular, but still ended up with Helm Smasher as my final tier 6 mastery choice. To ignore some defense, we can still ignore defense. They just can't do it to us, or at least it's mitigated in half, right? So those are the masteries that I went with here, guys. Definitely worth booking this champion. She's one of the best in the game. Okay, let's go for total stats here quickly. 44k, 65k on the defense, 186, 103, 257, 224. Let me talk about this build, talk about where it can be improved or adjusted depending on the team that you're using her on. So number one is her HP is fairly low at 4,400. Her defense is very high at 6,500. Her speed is good considering we have defense percentage boots on her. And personally, I'm cool with running this champion a little bit on the mid to slower side of speed. Crit rate, 103. Obviously, we want that 100 or higher, or 100. Crit damage, 257. That's fine. Resistance is okay, and accuracy 224 could definitely stand to gain in accuracy, but against squishier non-resist teams, we're still landing that provoke pretty much on everybody, and the decreased attack, same thing. And against more tanky teams, right, we're gonna need a lot more accuracy anyway. But the beautiful thing is, and I actually want to shift after I show you the Savage, to take a look at Demon Spawn really quickly and think about how many of those provokes are actually just gonna be guaranteed, okay? Not to mention all that passive synergy. So what do we have on her for artifacts? We have crit damage with some HP on the gauntlets. We have defense with a little bit more HP on the chest. We have defense percentage on the boots. We have defense and looking for more crit rate, crit damage, speed if we can find it. Again, if we can find the speed substats, we'll certainly take it because we do have defense percentage on the boots. So looking for crit rate, a little bit of accuracy, a little bit of speed out of the weapon there, a little bit of extra defense as well. On our way to kind of min-maxing this champion here. Defense with more defense on the banner. Of course, you can go accuracy, especially in PvE, if you want to more regularly land that provoke and the decreased attack on the A1. Crit damage, right, with some accuracy, some resist, and defense with a little bit of HP as well as some defense on the ring. So those are the those are the accessories. Showed you the masteries already. Let me just take a quick look here, guys. Demon Spawn, man. Check out how many meta champions are in the arena in Demon Spawn. It's gonna be the most popular faction in the arena. This is another reason why she's really changed the game. Look at it. Prince Kaimar is everywhere, one of the more popular champions out there in the meta. Hefrak, he's not as popular as he was a couple months ago with all these OP nukers being released, Taurus, etc. Harima, right? But he's still a fairly popular champion in the arena, still very good in the nuker. Kanderfon is still really popular in the arena. And then we have Wither, the Crowned, still popular in the arena. Mortem Macabre is incredibly popular. Duchess is everywhere, right? So a lot of demon spawn matchups there. In Magnar, for example, Umbral. I'm trying to look at other champions that I see a little bit of. I guess those would be the big ones, but there's a lot, right? So let's go ahead. Speaking of the arena, guys, let's go ahead and take her for a spin. What do you say? We just hit Plat. Nice and fresh here. Let's just start at the top and go to the bottom. So this is it. We get the Siphi, we get Marichka, we get Nekrit the Great, and then we have Harima. This is the team I've been using, but I can swap this team around, right? I don't need Nekrit on the team unless I'm going against a really just all-out nuke team, like some Nutcracker, some Tauruses, in which case I'll run Nekrit. But normally, I can just run Rotos on the team, right? And things go a little bit faster. So I'm going to run Rotos right now. Rotos and Siphi, obviously the dynamic duo. So I can just keep it on auto. Let's go ahead and take a look, though, at Harima. So she's going to come in with Celestial Awe. I mean, look at that, dude. She's going to open up with that AoE, and she just basically just kills everybody. And keep in mind, I actually didn't see what buffs they had at the time of that nuke, but pretty impressive. That's why I was telling you guys earlier, there's no debuffs on the targets. There's no decreased defense or any of that stuff, right? So, like, this is why, to me, it feels even stronger than an, it feels even stronger than a 3.9 to me, okay? Let's go against this next team. We'll keep Rotos on the squad as well. Siphi comes in with the buffs. Now, I run my Siphi probably different than, I would say, not everybody, but most players in Plat. Most players go with like a slower Siphi build, maybe in Stone Skin, depending, but like a slow bolster or Stone Skin, like kind of reviver build on Siphi. I run mine actually fast because sometimes I like to kind of zig when everybody else is zagging, and if you think you're going to run into one thing, I like to kind of switch things up. When you look at this team, you don't think they're going to be fast, but Siphi is actually very fast with high resist, so it's a little bit different than you would typically expect. I'm not saying it's better or worse, but again, it keeps people kind of thinking a little bit. Look at that peril. Look at that peril, man. No crits, no worries. And keep in mind, Mortem Macabre has a strong matchup against her, you know, on paper, obviously. Spirit into Force, but easy, 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 right? Look at how good she is. I can just keep going down the line here, guys. We'll just keep Rotos on the team, might as well, right? So they have Lydia. I've been thinking about rebuilding my Lydia, maybe making a video out of it as well, because I do want to make her more arena viable right now. You can see, by the way, block debuffs on Duchess, but the provoke is still going to land, right? So it ignores block debuffs, and because she's demon spawn, there's not even an accuracy check. We're just going to land it guaranteed. That's how strong she is. So there she goes. She joined in an ally attack on the A1 with Marichka there. Not a ton of damage going through, but this is her Sky Punishment, her A2 ability. Now, had she killed Lydia there, we would have instantly activated the Celestial Awe and probably killed everybody. So really cool there. That's her A1, takes down Lydia. Now we'd love to take down Duchess here. The beautiful thing is again, keep in mind, every time, here's the, whoa, she's a beast. Every time she's going in with that A2 ability, she's increasing her defense, decreasing their defense. So again, kind of like Rotos, how he's powering up when he's getting more HP, she's powering up by getting more defense and removing it from the enemies. So the cool thing about a squad like this, guys, is the longer the battle goes on, the stronger the team gets. And because we're very tanky, and we have a Siphi and a Marichka, obviously we're built to last, right? We're built to last on this squad. So again, she comes in there. Unfortunately, she goes right after Stone Skin. That's kind of lame, but it is what it is. I guess I'll take it off auto here. Is she going to keep attacking into Stone Skin? Here we go. So let me talk about other ways as I finish. Actually, let me just leave it on auto so I can pay attention to you guys. So other ways you could use this champion. She doesn't have to be, obviously this is an endgame team. I'm here in Platinum, you know, but it's not the only way you can run this champion, right? You can actually run her a little bit faster, you know, put speed boost instead of defense, sacrifice a little bit of that defense. You can make her a CC champion, you know? You can use her in a similar way as like a Molly Tankar, but still dealing damage as well. I guess what I'm trying to say is there's some hybrid opportunities for this champion in the arena. This is the way that I strongly prefer to build her, kind of in a plat run or something like that, right? But if you just want to, you can tweak how you build her. This is the beautiful thing about her. She's still going to have that awesome passive. She's still going to have that irresistible provoke against demon spawn. She's still going to, you know, be mitigating all those critical attacks, right? So the beautiful thing is you guys can build her whatever makes the most sense for your squad, right? Whatever your team, the other champions that you have on your account. And this is probably the longest battle that we've had yet, but it's still really not even going to be in question here, you know? Because even if she dies, we have a reviver and a half on the team with Marichka. So this is the beautiful thing, and I'm going to show you that this is actually the team I've been running sort of similar to this one on defense. Sometimes I run Necrit in there. What about you guys? Would you change anything about this team if you were me? Would you sub in or out anybody? The biggest thing, I should have said at the beginning, but especially if you're lucky enough to be an early or a mid-game player and you get your hands on Harima, setting her up with an increased defense champion going before her in the arena is obviously going to be pivotal, going to be paramount. What you would do is, what I would do is probably run her. I shouldn't have run Rotos on a UDK team, but we'll eventually get the job done here.
Okay, watch this.
What I would run is maybe even a Mithrala Lifebane, you know, for an increased defense champion. So you guys have some options there, but boy, oh boy, I just had to share this with you guys. She is an incredible champion. Really, really lucky and fortunate to have gotten her because I pulled her during a 10-time event, and you guys know how 10-time events can be. It's they can be pretty sketch. They can be pretty sketch. So I finally got lucky enough to pull her, and I am really enjoying my time with her. So once this one is over, I'm going to let you guys go. I basically showed you the build that I prefer. There you go. Decrease defense, instantly activate. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Now all we got to do is kill UDK, but that's easier said than done, isn't it? Guys, keep in mind, another reminder to check out the guide on my other channel on this champion. I will have a nice mixture of free-to-play account champion guides, as well as this champion guide. You want to say hi? And the little guy wants to say hi. You watch the whole, oh, look at your shirt's invisible. Say hi. Say hi. All right. Charlie says hi, guys. Thank you so much for watching until the end of the video. And as always, take care, guys.